Today, I'd like to run something by you. The last week, I've been over at a local church, getting stuff done. Their Christian Academy starts this Tuesday, and they're going to be having kindergarten, elementary school, that sort of thing, because a lot of the children are under the age of 14. And nobody even bothered to do this stuff. I mean, literally, how hard is it to clean out 2 rooms, clean out, tear up the carpets, paint the walls, change a few light sockets, a few bulbs, kind of spiff up the place, how hard is it? Now, it was once told to me, back when I was Christian, that there are leaders and there are followers. Well, obviously, the ones that were there this past week, cleaning, painting, doing the electrical work, and basically getting things working in working order, are the leaders. And to be honest with you, there wasn't really that much. Let's see, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe about 7, maybe 8 people out of 170. 8 people. 10 if you count 2 little kids. An 11-year-old and an 8-year-old who helped out. A lot of the time, it was just me and one other. That's 2 out of 8. Or 2 out of 10, rather. Doing this stuff. And I find it interesting that out of 170 some odd people, nobody really stepped up to a leadership position. What an example they must make. That's all I gotta say. All their big talk about being leaders and followers and, stepping up to the ball game and, leading by example. Wow. Pathetic. Seriously. When are they going to learn that it's up to each individual to set the example, to step up and lead? When one cannot do it, 2 step up to help out. But in Satanism, everybody is a god. Therefore, everybody steps up and follows. Unfortunately, there are a few of them that just want to sit there and say, well, you know what, I'm a Satanist. It's cool. Wow. But, there are those who actually try to close the gap that the church has literally made between Satanism and the world. And the world just eats it up. Personally, it pisses me off. Nobody from this church stepped up to clean these 2 rooms up, these 2 classrooms, to get them done. Only 8 people were there throughout the week. 8 people that helped. And it took about 4 to 5 days to do. They should be, these people who have kids, who have full-time jobs that sit there and, basically write, type, and sit on their asses all day, should be able to step up and spend 30 minutes, if not an hour, to paint a wall, to put in a light socket, to change a few bulbs, to put a carpet down or to rip it up and put a new one down. But no, they don't. 98% of the church, well, actually it's 99% really, they don't even bother to show up. Oh, some of them do show up, but it's like, oh, you're working here? Oh, look at the time, gotta go. Wow. What leadership. Whew. Seriously. And you wonder why people are leaving your churches. Nobody puts the effort in when the church is basically the community's responsibility. All those who attend the church, that you're responsible for maintaining that church. You're responsible for the painting, the upkeep, keeping it clean, dusted, painted, basically remodeling, everything. It's your responsibility. So why the hell do you sit back and do nothing? You got all these kids that go to this church, go to like classroom, like a local school. And people, even civilians show up to do that. Teachers show up to clean up their own classrooms. Custodians show up to clean the school. Even parents sometimes show up to do it. But yet at these churches, it's like a big fuck you to the church. Oh, we'll show up for service, but we don't want nothing to do with you. Oh, look at that, it's a boring sermon. Woo! Pat yourself on the back, Oh, that was a good sermon, pastor, or priest, or whatever, rabbi, or whatever you want to call yourself. And then they turn around and, it's like, you gonna help out? No, I gotta go home and watch TV. Yeah, that's Christianity for you. So you see, a Satanist, we know that our church, our coven, or a pagan, for an example, paganism, witchcraft, we know that our covens, our churches, are our responsibility. Therefore, we all step up and take that responsibility and take care of it. We protect it. We keep it clean. It's a sign of the respect not only to our deities, but to each other, and it shows pride to the world. And yet, Christians can't even do that. It's all about image, money, and numbers to them. Well, the numbers are not in your favor, and apparently, finances aren't either. Because, you know what? That's right. You're losing ground, you're defeating yourself, and your faith is basically crumbling under its own weight. Nicholas Schreck, the leader and founder of the Werewolf Order, had already predicted this back in the early 2000s, if not the late 1990s. I want to say it was like 5-6 years ago or something like that. He and his wife Zena LaVey Schreck were both on this talk show, and they actually talked about it. He even came out and said, basically, it was a prediction, and he is right. If you take the time to look around the world, you'll see that Christianity is crumbling under its own weight. Today is the satanic era, not a Christian era. It's the satanic era. And you know what? We haven't done one fucking thing to Christianity, except for tell the truth to the world. And now the world's seen you for what you are. Lazy abominations. Self-centered, pathetic, egotistic, godless motherfuckers who don't know what is what. You got your head so far up God's ass that you can't even see that you're crumbling. That your children are paying the price for your arrogance, your negligence. You know, you got all these old folks taking care of the grounds. At this church I went to help renovate this past week, have a guy in his 80s sitting out there mowing the lawn. A woman that's in her 60s, if not 50s, 50s, 60s area, cleaning the church by herself. And when she can't do it, you got this other lady, or two ladies, that would if one can't do it, the other one does. It's like, morons, when are people going to step up and take responsibility for their own actions? Man, I'm telling you, it's hilarious. It's downright funny. They claim to take pride in their children, but yet none of them step up to make sure they have a good, clean place to work, to go to school. It's pathetic. And that's all I wanted to say. And that's where I've been doing this past week, so I did it because the kids needed it done. That's the way I saw it. The classrooms needed to be done. They needed to be painted. The carpet needed to be down. And you know what? It was for the kids. Because they are of tomorrow. They're the witches, the warlocks. They're the Satanists, the pagans. They're basically the way of tomorrow. And if we don't set the examples for them to lead by example, who's going to? That's why I did what I did. I went over and I helped to get this place up and running for this Tuesday, when those kids get back to school. So, I hope all you Christians that watch this realize the error of your mistakes, learn from them, and don't make them again. You talk about humbling yourselves. Actions speak louder than words. So step up or get the hell out of the fucking way. That's the way I see it. Hail Satan. Have a good day.